Hey, Dakota.
So, I don't know if are you part of the group me chat that they had going on last night about the win in Wisconsin? Just, I'm sure you watched the game. Were you watching it?
Yeah.
Just what did you think when Bohan hits that three and the horn sounds and you guys are outright champions?
Yeah, well, I actually thought Jock, that was a good play they drew for Jock, and he got right in the lane and missed it, but give Iowa a lot of credit. They kept fighting. In their press, they got a couple steals and easy buckets, and Bohan's one of the best shooters in the conference, so it was a good look for him.
How important was it for you guys to win it outright?
It's a pretty big deal. I mean, I don't think it's been a while since Purdue's won it outright, so just, that wasn't one of our goals to share with anybody. You never want to share with anybody, so win it outright, it's pretty special.
So why does this game Sunday matter?
I mean, every game matters. It doesn't matter if you win it outright or what you're playing for. You're trying to win a game. I don't think it changes the mindset of anybody. You shouldn't. If you're a competitor, you want to win, regardless of what's happening.
What
A week ago. Oh, I'm sorry.
What does Scotty Lindsey add? Obviously, he didn't play against you guys when you beat him here. Just what does he bring to the table?
He's a great player. He's very versatile, just like Vic Law and McIntosh. They can score from all three levels. He just gives them another weapon they didn't have the first time against us. So, I'm glad he's back healthy now, so we can play him at full strength.
A week ago at this time, you figured you were going to be playing Northwestern to win the Big Ten. It was going to be the biggest game in Northwestern history because they were going to, be playing for the NCAA tournament. They're probably in now. You've got your Big Ten title. Would it have been fun to have played in what the game was going to be?
Absolutely would have, but like I said, every game you're trying to win. It doesn't really matter the scenarios, the circumstances. We had a fun night against IU the other night, to win the Big Ten. So, we're just going out there and trying to win.
When did the celebration end for you guys?
I think the next day. We celebrated that night and had some fun. But like I said, our focus is on Northwestern now and trying to win that game.
Against IU, you came out really aggressive. Was that something that you did intentionally, or was it just flow of the game? You were really feeling it, or?
It was a little both. I think after the Michigan game, I caught myself. I wasn't being as aggressive as normal. They were denying me pretty good, and I wasn't really working as hard to get the ball and cutting as well. So that was an emphasis for myself. Cut harder, just be aggressive, and make them honor me, and that opens things up for everybody else when I'm aggressive and making shots.
Do you feel like in warm-ups and shooting around, can you feel like that you're going to have a good game, or was it just kind of within the flow of the game you started getting hot?
Yeah, it was just within the flow of the game. The way they were guarding us. It all comes back to cutting hard, getting open and being aggressive.
Do you get into heat check mode ever?
Yeah.
Where 2 or 3 fall and then it's going up no matter what?
Yeah, I think that's pretty natural. When you're in a rhythm like that, and especially feeding off the crowd in that type of environment. It gets you there a little quicker.
Because the 2 shots that stand out were the one where you dribbled down off the turnover and you just shot the little turnaround, and there was the bank.
Yeah,
it does seem like bold.
Yeah.
Shots by a hot shooter.
Yeah, I call that a heat check.
All the you've drawn so many difficult defensive matchups all season long. How are your legs at the end of the year?
They're actually really, really good right now. I was surprised. I think somebody asked me that, middle of Big Ten season, and I was a little worried about that. But I feel great right now. I think it helps, coming in and getting treatment, and still lifting and doing some conditioning on off days and stuff just to keep everything flowing. So I'm feeling really, really good right now.
What's impressed you most about Caleb's year this year?
I think just the consistency of the level that he's playing at. Putting up those numbers, 4 or 5 games, that's pretty cool. But to put it up over a 30-game stretch it's unheard of.
They put you and him in some 2-man game, ball screen stuff, in overtime at Penn State. Was that new, or?
We've always had the type of packages to do that, but it just depends on the matchups and how teams are guarding him and guarding me. We can try to make that happen, but it just depends. You got the flow of the game and how teams are guarding us.
Do you have any doubt that he's the best player in the Big Ten?
No.
Will you guard Scotty Lindsey against Northwestern?
I'm not sure. It'd be either him or Vic Law, but we'll find that out here in film, and we'll talk through some stuff. So we'll see.
Why did you guys have so much success against them defensively in the first game?
I think that game we made it tough on them. Our ball screen defense is pretty good, but McIntosh he got in the lane, hit some floaters, but that's better than guys getting open threes or getting to the rim and hitting layups. So I think we made it tough on them and pushed them out farther than they wanted to in their offense, and I think we knocked them out a lot of their action. They're one of those teams that run a lot of plays, so when you can stop their stuff, it all comes down, ball screen defense at the end of the clock, and I think we did a pretty good job of that.
Thanks, Dakota. Yep. Appreciate it.